good evening everybody. Before I get started, I'd like to start by welcoming the new people to the group. Welcome to Maura Cairns, Holly Newman, and the very latest, about 2 minutes ago, Shirley Wiper. So tonight, I'm going to be talking about a few things. I'm going to be talking about numbers. I'm going to be talking about what sort of numbers we need to do, how we can do them, and also how to build your business in the nooks and the crannies. I thought that was a Scottish word, but if you Google it, it actually comes up in American multi-level marketing trainings. So there, it's no Scottish. So, what does it say there? There is safety in numbers and the law of averages. Jim Rohn says, the law of averages. If you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. Once the ratio starts, it tends to continue. Anybody with ambition and a little bit of ingenuity can make up in numbers what they lack in skills. Even if you do have the skills, it's still numbers. We hear it all the time, don't we? You're probably fed up hearing it. It's the numbers game. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting. Next. But do we actually really listen? And that's what I want to talk about. Is this you? Be honest with yourself. With your new people coming into the business, you will do the business. You will be successful. What really is the easiest? What is the easiest? Trying to pull the ass off of that. Try to pull that donkey towards the goal, or to get the donkey with the carrot. What is the easiest? You need to overcome that you don't understand mentality. What do I mean by that? I don't understand. They sounded really keen. I sent them the link. I don't understand. They've not set up their online shop yet. I don't understand why they don't plug into the training. I don't understand. They said they were desperate for money. I don't understand. What did I do wrong? Nothing. Maybe if I did this, maybe if I did that. And that goes back to the bamboo story. Maybe I didn't feed them right. Maybe I didn't water them right. This is what we do. It is. You don't understand mentality, and we need to change that. So don't try turning a donkey into a racehorse. Now, I'm not saying that any distributor who decides not to build a business or who decides they don't want the opportunity is a donkey, but literally that is a good way to express it. We try to take somebody and turn them into something they don't want. The only way that we can be successful in this business is pure numbers. It is numbers. The people who are successful in Clunies, I promise you this, are no more talented than you guys. They have just spoken to lots more people. But something that we definitely do in the early stages, this is why it's here, it's called cultivating the peril. Don't cultivate the peril. You think the pearl diver goes down into the ocean and picks out an oyster and brings it up to his boat and sits there with this oyster looking after it. Maybe like, you know, keep it nice and warm and look after it, that a pearl will grow. Or do you think that the pearl diver goes down, gets a shell, opens it up, throws it away, goes down, gets another shell, opens it up, throws away, goes down, gets another shell, opens it up, throws away, until he finds the pearl? Which one do you think he does? You think he cultivates it? But you're going to find different types of people who join your business. And this is what confuses us, because when somebody, you know, sends that link and people get started, we fully expect them to be gung-ho with the business, but it's not the reality. So this is a very old training, and it has changed slightly over the years, but nothing changes. Out of 10 people, this is what you're going to find. You're going to find maybe one steady Eddie, somebody who retails every single week. You might find one clever Dick. You might find one, I'm gonna do it next week. I'm gonna do it when the budgie has the kittens. I'm gonna. You might find the comfy Carol. somebody that's happy just to make £50 every month or £100 every couple of weeks. You might find a dynamic Joe. Dynamic Joe might do it, they might not. You know that, don't you? You might find a tourist. What's a tourist? Well, a tourist is somebody who comes in, has a look around, and then goes back home. They leave. They don't stay. And you might find a liar. And two magicians. They have a disappearing act. Have anybody here had any magicians in their business? The more magicians, the more people you're probably bringing in. And a gold distributor. So that's the different types of people that we join. And our job is to find out who they are. But the reality is, if you, oops, that just wants to go on its own, that one. Speak to some people, you'll get some. Speak to a lot of people, you'll get a lot. Bring in some people, some will do it. Bring in a lot of people will do it. I know you hear it all the time, but it is numbers. Focus on the activities. Work those numbers. Ignore the results. Now, I know that's a hard thing to do. Ignore completely the results. The results most of the time are negative. But we build our businesses on the 10% that's positive. If you do enough activities, I promise you this, the results will take care of themselves. And it's consistent activities. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. So stop beating yourself up. Oh, I wonder if Mary's not doing the business because I said this, or Jean because I said this, or I wonder who they disappeared to, I wonder what I did wrong. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. If they see this opportunity, they see the opportunity. And this is one of my favourite sayings in the business. There's a right way to do the business, and there's a wrong way to do the business. And they both work if you do enough numbers. And that's for a wee old guy called John Hawkes. He's in his 80s. Can't even remember how old he is. He's getting old. I love him to bits. He earns thousands of pounds in the business. What a pension this guy's got. And that's really wise words. So what is the carrot? What's the carrot for your new people? Well, it's you. You have to lead for the front. You're the carrot. Your own story. Other people's stories. Lifestyle. Posting. You're posting, you're demonstrating, you're interacting. You're promoting. If you learn how to promote this business, whether it's a meeting, a training, an event, a product, you will learn how to be rich. And this is important. We need to find out what their carrot is, what it is they want. We need to find out what they are looking for, because if it looks too hard because we've aimed too high for what they're looking for, they're not going to do it. And, you know, if it's not big enough and it looks too easy, they're not going to do it. So we have to find out what they are looking for and be really specific so that we can gear the business to them. Let the business do the rest. We call it involve, expose, upgrade. You've heard me talking about that before. Get involved. Show the opportunity through your groups, through your team groups, through your Facebook wall, through everything, through your communications, through your verbal, through your Zoom. Show that opportunity and some people will upgrade. The one thing I do know, and this is really important for all of these new people, especially who worry, have I said the right thing, have I said the wrong thing? You know, this is what happens. Some people don't stick it. Some people quit. Some people are magicians and disappear, do a disappearing act. Some people lie to you, tell you they're doing it and they're not. But the cream always rises to the top. The cream rises to the top. So the nooks and the crannies. Now this is for your new people as well, because a lot of people I'm talking to tonight, you've got most of this sort of do. But if you haven't, if you're working and you're finding it hard to find the time, those little nooks and crannies in your day that can be used for specific business needs. Using your planner is a must. It can be easy if you're on a planner to see the areas where you can find more business time. Because if you want more, you have to do more. Cutting out things like watching the TV for 2 hours each night is an obvious one to me. But also be on the lookout for unseen gaps, those little nooks and crannies from day to day you can use for your specific business tasks. There's lots of them, I promise you. Audit your time. What does that mean? Get it down on paper. Before you find more time in your day, you need to figure out where you're using the time. So get that down. You might want to wake up early or stay up late. To me, that's a no-brainer, but that depends on what you want. If you want it badly enough, or your new person wants a certain thing badly enough, and they don't say they don't have the time, we have to show you where you can find the time, where to build it in the nooks and the crannies. Definitely staying up later or going to be getting up early. I know that's what my friend did when she was in the business. She didn't stick around. She became too financially stable. People stay. She was a magician. Checking your phone every 5 minutes. Sorry, go back. Checking your phone every 5 minutes. Surfing the internet, scrolling the Facebook, going on your timeline, watching cat videos on YouTube. Don't want to give them up. Well, no one said building a part-time business would be easy. You don't want to give that up. You don't want it badly enough. Lunch breaks. Take 15 minutes on your lunch break and send a few messages, make a few calls, post a few products. Waiting to collect the kids. How often do we wait to collect the kids, the grandkids, guides, clubs, school? Go on the phone. But there's also the nooks and crannies of finding people. There's lots of ways to find people for the business. In fact, I'm going to show you very quick what we call fish pond. Very quick fish pond. But I like to look in the nooks and crannies. You can either work hard or you can work smart. Or you consistently can work smart. The opportunities are absolutely endless. Search more areas regularly and talk to them. Search for more areas regularly to promote the business or your products and talk to them. Friends, family, neighbours and acquaintances. We talk about that all the time. That's the most obvious one. That's the top of the list. So you know it's there. And I know a lot of you might have spoken to them. You speak to them again. I consistently go back to people in my warm market that I've spoke to about the business. I even go back to people who've been in the business before quite a lot. And I target them. And I've got a list in mind. People selling things. People selling things everywhere. I don't suppose you know anybody who'd be interested in an extra way of selling stuff. Or you might say, I don't suppose you'd be interested in selling some products, no stock too old, and the way you're doing just now, and make yourself some extra money. Let me tell you how. Your customers, all of them. Now, I know that most of you just dip your toe in the water with this. I know it. Because if everybody spoke to 400 customers, they would be bringing customers into their business. And we're getting new customers every day. I don't suppose you know people. I'm looking for people. Again, people's circumstances change. You may say that to a customer that you mentioned it to 6 months ago. Wow, we've just had a new warehouse moving. Oh my goodness, it's been a nightmare. But now it's all sorted out, and I'm desperate to find people because we've got loads of additional stock. I'm desperate to find people. I don't suppose you know people. People who comment on your Facebook posts. How would you like to get this for free? Ask me how. How would you like to get discount on this? Ask me how. People who email you rather. That's an email, not a Facebook messenger. Message. People who email you have a signature. People who you chat to day to day. We go about our daily business. We're seeing a lot of people, especially when we're coming up to the Christmas period. We're out shopping. Unfortunately, unless you do it online, which I prefer, but we still hit the shops. But we're speaking to a lot of people, even if it's just an Asda. Do you mind if I just give you a wee business card? I don't suppose you know anybody. Or do you know anybody that would be interested in part-time income? Use all the rods in the pond and then some. So this is the rods in the pond, and you've probably seen this before. But I want you to really think about it. Let's compare sponsoring to fishing. Some experienced fishermen will fish with more than one rod, and that's obviously increasing the chances of a catch. Teach your team and yourself to fish with many rods in order to increase the catch. And the benefits in many of these rods in the pond is they're working when you're not. Or if you're like me, you might want to just get a big fishing net. You spread a massive net. So what are the rods in the pond? Where to find people? And I'm going to go through this quickly. It's not a rods in the pond training, but the reason it's here is because we talk about the rods in the pond, and I know that many people are using 2 or 3, maybe a few more if they're lucky. The more rods that you use, the more chance you've catching a fish. And all these activities can be done in your nooks and crannies at time. And I'll explain why. Speak to everybody about the opportunity online and offline. If you're going into work, tell people about your opportunity. Send information to everybody you know. Don't prejudge, including all your new customers. You're getting new customers every single day online. And now I know that we're adding them into our shop, and I know that our online shop, we're going to promote the business. And hopefully, you know, they might see it, but they might not. Or it might not be the right time. But I find, without a shadow of a doubt, the direct approach works better. If you put a check in your group, let's say you invite 100 people to join your online shop, your online group, and you post checks, you might get 1 or 2. You might get more out of that 100 responding. You might even get somebody joining. But if you spoke to 100 people individually, I'm going to add you into my online shop so you can da-da-da-da. By the way, I don't suppose you know anybody who'd be interested in a part-time work-from-home business. I'm looking for people. Get set up on Facebook, the 3-foot rule. We've been chatting about it. Talk to everybody. Look for opportunities wherever you go. I just see them. And it's terrible because sometimes I see the opportunity before I see the tragedy. Like, oh dear, we're all getting made redundant. I see opportunity. Right, Paul? My daughter gives me in trouble for it. But as soon as I see that, I see an opportunity because I believe cleanings is a better opportunity anyway. But if you don't have them, please get business cards for your business. Or you can have them in the one card, your online shop. Put up wee shop ads. It doesn't take 2 minutes. There are still lots of places that you can do it for free. Hot Pockets. 2 business cards stuck together, but a double-sided sticky tape, 3 or 4 business cards, and you can pop them out as you go about your daily business. And what you ask anybody in the business, Jane and Kate, who've done Hot Pockets, they have a high return. You can go out with hundreds of business cards and you go out with 20 Hot Pockets and you'll get as many leads. They do work, and there's hundreds of places that you can leave them. If you want to find out more about them, go to the How to Build Your Business Out with social, online, Facebook. Hand out flyers as you go about your daily business, or a card. You might be just giving you this, you might know somebody. Talk to people, you'd be amazed what you find out. Have an online party, you can sponsor people there. Look for people who are looking. There's people looking for opportunities all the time. You see it all over Facebook. And the way that we can find people is only limited by our imagination. When I started 25 years ago, who would have dreamed, and this would have been a dream by the way, who would have dreamed, who would have believed that we would be finding a massive, massive, massive percent of our prospects online, on a social media group, Facebook. Who would have believed that? I wouldn't have done. Would have been so excited with it. So use all the rods and then some. I think this is a previous slide anyway. Yay! The power of networking. I was talking a minute ago about Facebook and social media and Twitter, Instagram. There's so many different methods. In the good old days, we networked by word of mouth. That's how we did it. But we're all natural networkers. Did you know that? How often if you went to a really, really nice restaurant and you can't wait, but you tell everybody, have you been to that new Blue Lagoon restaurant? It was absolutely amazing. It's just in Mid-Calder. The prices were great. This was great. That was great. Or have you seen that movie? Have you seen that new movie? We're natural networkers. We naturally spread the word. But as I said earlier, we've now got this exciting opportunity where we can network to thousands online. Thousands. And if you share a good idea often enough, eventually it will fall on good ears. So just to prove my point, who did the ice bucket challenge? Please unmic. Jane did it. Ursula, did you do it? No.
Done it.
Anybody know? It's probably easier to say who didn't do it. Just shout out. Ursula,
I didn't do it. No.
Ursula?
No.
And anybody else apart from Ursula and Anne?
I didn't.
Did it. Everybody else did it.
No, I didn't do it.
Mary didn't they?
No, I didn't do it.
Do you know what the ice bucket challenge is?
Yeah.
Does everybody know what it is?
Yeah.
So does everybody know? Sorry, I got a wee bit confused there. But if you didn't do it, did you get nominated to do it? Anybody apart from Ursula that didn't do it, did you get nominated?
No.
The ones that didn't get nominated, I guarantee you'd get nominated now because you probably weren't on Facebook a lot. But everybody tonight that's online, it's only 3 names I've heard there that didn't get either nominated or do it. And there's lots of things like that. They start off, it could be changing your profile for Paris, changing your profile to support Manchester, Vegas. Things at the moment, there's a thing going around for breast cancer, and you've got to put something on your wall, a colour on your wall. I think mine was blackberry. I think it's a fruit. Blackberry means you're sadly very single. But the point I'm trying to make, even though that didn't go resoundingly well, is the power of the internet is absolutely massive. It's massive. The word spreads like wildfire, and we have to use this to basically grow your businesses. So what do you see here? Do you see opportunity as no fair? Or do you see opportunity as now here? What do you see? Oops, go back. That's a good one, isn't it? So it has to do with your attitude. Go fair or now here? So just going to finish with this here because